And welcome back to another edition of the John Wayne Surge Protector podcast, 60/40 production. I'm Eric Halsey.
I am Alex. Arugula is the best salad out there midway, and also Alex Josh Allen is my quarterback midway as well, because I came back from a wonderful Bill Stadium, and F all those haters.
Well, I do want to hear about how rad the stadium is, but got to back it up just a moment. Are you an arugula man?
Always been. We talked about this before, but you were talking over me to listen, so yeah, I'm an arugula guy. I'm coming out the arugula closet.
Fair enough. That's it. That's your number. That's your 1.1 in your lettuce draft.
Listen, my guy. Shredding from a wedding over the past 3 months, and now you're a lettuce expert? Like, get the F out of here. You just joined Crew Salad, all right? I've been on this thing for a minute.
Fair enough. I'm a romaine man myself, but all right, fair enough. I have no
mayonnaise.
Hey, I have no problem with arugula, but to call it your first overall pick seems a little.
What has more flavor, romaine or arugula?
I think romaine's just got a little bit more oomph to it. It feels like you're getting food in you, whereas arugula I feel like has that like subsidiary feel to it. Like I don't feel full. It feels like garnish lettuce.
I'm changing this podcast to the whitest kids you know. Like, romaine has that oomph to it. Like, what the F did this guy just say?
Hey, you move in with the girl, you turn into a lady.
There he goes, closing your legs, sitting down and eating your romaine lettuce. And like, ooh, this is too spicy.
Well, since I've been sitting down to pee this year, I do feel like there's less stress on my lower back.
I mean, it definitely works. Sit down there, browse your phone. It's a good system. A girl's got it right.
Yeah, I'm no disputing that here.
Enough about personal talk. We took Thursday off. We did come back like we promised on a Tuesday, and who knows? Maybe we'll get 2 shows this week, but thank you to all the listeners. Thanks to the new subscribers. You guys are really cool, guys or gals. So whether you stand or sit to pee, we love you. Yeah,
we were corrected on this earlier this year, and we do, in fact, have some female listeners, or at least one who was nice enough to go, checks junk. No, I'm a cis lady.
We may have doubled that number, so who knows? Up and coming.
Well, it's ladies' night here Tuesday. What's on the docket today?
Let me turn down here real low for the ladies. For this next section, we're going to talk about who said it. So here we go. Very happy to see that Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and Pakistan have recently and finally signed the Mecca Joint Defense Agreement. It shows that the Middle East is coming together and how countries will finally be able to defend themselves in a more meaningful way. So who said it?
I want to say Trump, but it's not belligerent, and I'm not seeing a whole lot of words capitalized for no reason whatsoever. So I'm going to say Rubio.
You had it right the first time. I mean, Rubio doesn't talk unless spoken to. That's his White House mantra.
I'm not allowed to speak until my owner's fist is all the way inside of me to work my mouth.
He's in Wild John's basement and puts a lotion in the basket, Rubio. It's like, you got it, man. I'm going to sit down here.
It's like a ventriloquist dummy, but instead of making corny jokes out of the side of your mouth, he's protecting pedophiles.
He's also negotiating peace and everything else out there. In case you guys haven't heard, essentially the Mecca Joint Defense Agreement was signed over there with Pakistan. Let's see, I believe the Saudis and Turkey. So it's 3 countries over in the Middle East, and they said, we can't trust the U.S. anymore to defend anything out here. It's like, we need to sign our own thing. And Trump was like, yeah, people are getting together and signing agreement deals. He's like, they're signing them because they don't trust the United States, who used to be their number one ally, you big dummy.
Yeah, so if you have to protect your own streets when they start rioting because you murdered a journalist, now that's on you also. Welcome to the party, guys.
It's like, what's it called? The LA cops. You're like, oh, thank God. The Bloods and Crips are starting their own gangs to protect their neighborhoods. He's like, that's not a good thing, boys. That means they don't believe in you all. He's like, yeah, but they're going to protect themselves. He's like, not going to work out the way you think it will.
Funny, they got their start. Essentially, that's what the Black Panthers were. But but Crips and Bloods were pretty much the same thing, where they were just sort of there to protect their own neighborhoods from cops that, would just mark you as missing.
Yeah, but you didn't say the LAPD put out a press or be like, thank God they're finally fending for themselves.
That is also true. Yeah, we are not good at things. Remember that in November. Let's try and fix some of this.
If our vote still counts. But in the meantime, while it's still there, let's hit the Tesla ticker. 332 on a Tuesday, bounced up a little bit, went to 336. And they're preparing to release cybercabs in Pittsburgh. There's also rumors that they're going to be showing a new version of the Roadster, the original Roadster that came out, put Tesla on the map. But this one's not expected to be a mass production thing. It's supposed to have just a gigantic price and be more of a collector piece. So in a nutshell, like, they're not really doing anything to the bottom line. It's going to affect anything. But a nostalgia from a Roadster makes everybody warm and fuzzy, so it raised the price.
Yeah, and actually, as much as I do love hating on Elon, I do like this idea. If your murder cabs, your autonomous murder cabs, are going to be running around free to blow through crosswalks and whatnot, Pittsburgh is a really good place to do this. We hate the Steelers. We hate the Pirates. We hate the Penguins. And is there something else I'm forgetting we hate? All of it. But
Pennsylvania in general.
no. There's some good parts of Philly. It's just closer to the coast instead of closer to the Midwest. Yeah, you people are basically Ohio, and you're garbage, and so is all of your stuff. And putting French fries on a sandwich doesn't make it like a cultural thing. You're just lazy. We hate you, or at least I do. I cannot stand Pittsburgh or their people. Just stay in one place. Stop leaving.
You do understand that Philly's on Eastern PA, and I said Western PA.
Oh, no, I didn't. I thought you said all of Pennsylvania.
Nope, Western PA, where they put Kraft singles on top of their pizza. Google
Oh my God. We need to build a wall around Pittsburgh and then fill it with water.
They can do it now that they stopped the actual construction through Big Bend National Park. And Jesus Christ, you hear about that one?
I did. You know what? Congratulations, Republicans. You found something else we own that you can sell to someone else.
Like, it's a giant, like, El Capitan level wall. Like, no one's climbing that. And if some Mexican climbs that, I want him in my country. Like, I don't know why we have to bulldoze a national park to put up a fence when there's a giant cliff face.
Yeah, no. You know who's not climbing cliffs like that? Murderers and rapists. They're busy doing terrible things. You show me someone who's willing to climb that, buddy, you can take my job.
If you make it up there and you bring a cow and your kilos of drugs, you're like, you know what? You deserve to be here. It's like, I'll take the fentanyl myself.
Yeah, and you know what? We'll take that screwworm cow as well as those drugs. No one consumes more of either.
There we go. Keeping this thing on track, going back to Tesla. ARK Invest bought an estimated 450,000 Tesla shares for about $175 million in the last 45 days as Tesla sits 25% below its 2025 close. And Cathie Wood, she's in charge of ARK Invest. She thinks that they will be worth, in 2029, $2,600. And Wall Street says, hey man, we think it's going to be worth $395. So billionaires get warm and fuzzies and operate on just feelings.
All right, so this makes no sense to me, man. Right now, we're sitting at 336, and that's just the Tesla side of it, right? We're still viewing that as separate from SpaceX,
Correct.
Even though they're merging.
They might be merging. Elon has denied that. A lot of people say that. The Terraform factory, all the drawings for it literally say SpaceX and Tesla on the side of it, but so far they have not merged.
Okay. All right, so we're at 332. We're at 336 now. Wall Street's thinking 395 in 3 years.
Correct.
And Cathie Woods is like, nah, 2,600.
Yes.
It's like having a conversation with a drunken 3-year-old. Just a milk drunk, no sense. Just, like they're all English words, but none of them go together. I hate the stock market.
At the end of the day, if she fails, she could buy some corrupt Trump crypto and starts over again when he passes some executive order that she gets her money back. So it's a smart play technically on Cathie's end.
Have we screwed up trying to use logic this entire time?
No, we poors don't get to use logic. Poors have to pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Rich folk get mulligans.
Oh, that's what's wrong. Yeah, never mind. Cancel that avocado toast. Thank you.
Yeah. So SpaceX, the other half of Elon's company, went from 133 to 143, and it finally came out on who owns SpaceX. And the fact that we're a bunch of like bootlickers, I hate this. But about 23 different people or companies own 80% of the reported shares. Alphabet leads the pack with about 551. Fidelity has 302 million. GigaFund, which was started by people from PayPal, big story behind that one. Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund and Nvidia all have about 100 million. So it's mostly just rich people with these things.
And are we still on track to once these funds go live and they can pull out in like 3 months once our 401ks are all attached to it on the S&P?
Correct. So they're all still holding on to it, and it makes sense because rich people's whole thing is you have these stocks and you borrow against them. So these stocks are going to go up. They are going to manipulate them. It's going to go up. It's just the way we think about anything Elon makes. But at the same time, the market reads it as these people holding on to it means they have faith in the companies. Like, no, man, they just have an S-load of money, so they don't need to sell any kind of stock, and it's just going to wait till you dummies pump this thing up, then they sell it when it's in our 401ks.
All right. Okay. So they're waiting to rob us is yes. What I'm getting. Okay. All right. So congratulations, guys. You're joining my list of people I'm shaking a fist at the air over.
Every rich person is waiting to rob you. You don't know this by now?
I keep having stupid faith in humanity.
Well, you got to look at the pores. But I hope you don't have any faith in Russian humanity because in a shocking turn of events, Russia's top court has rejected the appeal by the anti-war Yabloko party against a recent ruling banning it from taking part in an upcoming election, while the court jailed its deputy for 11 years. And you know what? The fact that they're still doing this thing and they don't know who Navalny is, and they're like, yeah, we're going to try this whole anti-Putin thing. Like, kudos to you guys, and the fact that your deputy leader's probably going to die in jail. But maybe you'll learn.
Well, not to Prager you this or anything, but it was nice of them to allow them to hold this kangaroo court instead of just murdering everybody right away.
I mean, you hold the court, you get the people, and this way people are actually watching TV instead of watching everything burn around them. See this how 2 Wildberries outside of Moscow are currently burning. The Kaladino and Domodedovo areas are pretty much got hit on Sunday. And if you thought that was bad for Wildberries as a whole, it gets even worse for the sellers. There has been reports that Wildberries themselves are like, you know what? We're probably going to get hit. So they run in these warehouses and they look for the expensive tchotchkes because it's literally the sellers have to tell them what's stored and where. And they take the expensive tchotchkes. And when the drone hits the place and burns down everything, you're like, oh no, looks like your diamond burnt as well. So it is insane. Like, and kudos to the average Soviet citizen who's working in a Wildberries. Like, why shouldn't you just be doing theft when your leaders are doing it as well? Take a piece of that pie.
Like that. Question for you. Is any remaining Wildberries still, like, can you, like, is that something you can just Google or... Well, oh, never mind. It's Alphabet. We hate Google now. Is that something you can just ask Jeeves about, or like how many are left?
What's the other one they use? Oh, DuckDuckGo, I guess, is a decent one we can use.
Yep.
Well, next time I see it, because again, my algorithm's just made for happiness, so it always shows me which Wildberries are burning. So every now and then, Firepoint will go ahead and send out the bingo card. We told you guys that they have a thing online where you can say which one of these places are going to get banged out next. And next time I get that graphic, I'll send it to you. I think we're definitely over 50% of them completely parking lots at this point.
Yeah, I feel like once we get that list of remaining Wildberries, it would be nice to have an on-air like gentleman's bet over which one's next. And hopefully we both win.
But it can be no losers in that bet. As long as one of them is burning, I'm a happy camper.
Love it.
So it's also in the footsteps of Yabloko, the chief economist at Russia's second largest bank, which is actually a state bank, Andrei Klepchak of the VEB, says Russian economy was falling behind China, US, and in some respects in Ukraine. So he stated that the wartime growth of the 23 to 24 Russian economy, like it happened, it was growing back then, but now it's coming back down. And he said, while Russia is not going to just collapse on its own, it is going to have a massive social crisis. And to date, I checked today, he hasn't stabbed himself in the back and jumped in an open elevator shaft. But the fact that he came out and said it, like, I'm not surprised something will happen to him, but this is the same thing they did in the Soviet Union towards the back end. Like, anytime you reported bad news, you're like, oh, that's unpatriotic, comrade. Like, we can only report the good stuff. And he's actually trying to be like, guys, like, we need to think about something. Like, shut up, you stupid libtard. And they're like, you're fired. Like, fair enough, man, I tried.
We don't want to hear bad news. We want to hear good news, despite the fact that everything's on fire right now.
Like, you guys do know I can see the plumes of the Wildberries burning out. It's like, no, they're still there. I was like, what are you talking about? I can smell the plastic. He's like, that's not true. Like, we're doing good.
I don't know how old or what Andres you know what, I'm not even going to try the last name. I don't know what his life's like, but there has to be something. Like, assuming he's more than 8 years old, he had to sit there and be like, and in some respects, Ukraine. And as he's typing that last E, like, ooh, I might not make it past this enter button.
Yeah, the fact that he said like some parts of the Ukrainian economy are doing better than Russia, like that is blasphemy in Russia. It's essentially going to the Southern Baptist Church and be like, Jesus was black. Like, what the hell? Like, that's not going to fly with those guys.
Yeah, so you know what? I commend Andre. You're part of the machine. That makes you evil, but at least he was telling the truth.
We might have an Andre update every week. Be like, nah, they finally got him. Like, made it to Thursday, my boy.
Yeah, when his name doesn't show up on Google anymore, just don't bother asking where he is.
He's doing great.
Yeah.
So, speaking of communist countries, let's switch it over to Mamdanistan. Is Mayor Zoran Mamdani and the city's Department of Small Business Services. And sidebar, did you see the Twitter clip of, what's it called? The chick that they have in the cabinet for Trump in charge of small businesses?
No, I haven't.
So I'm going to send that one over to you. And I forget her name, but they did like a little small TikTok. And Zuckerberg's face looks like a robot. She walks like she just acquired a human body. This is her first day. They're like, blah, 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 so-and-so. Like, what do you think about this whole thing? Are you in the cabinet? And she starts walking and like bobbling back and forth like that one robot video we played a while back, like just falling down. I'll send it to you and I'll try to find a link, post it in the show notes. But you got to take a look at this. Like, this can't be real. Like, these guys can't. How did the Democratic like social department lose to the Republicans? Like, we have so many more talented people.
I don't know. You probably have to ask a guy that has access to a bunch of satellites or something.
Should have had what's his name, Hunter Biden, in charge of the whole thing. Just put him in there. Him, like, and a handful of millennials. Like, do it.
Tell me, I still don't think she lost.
No, it's 100%. When you have Starlink counted votes, something's going to happen. But in Mamdanistan, they went ahead and announced $8.4 million in funding for community-based organizations across the city to increase foot traffic and support small businesses throughout the 5 boroughs, including $1.5 million for funding for 17 different organizations in Queens. And as far as I'm concerned, this is more kindness, overreach, handing out money to individual people instead of just giving them to large corporations like they should be.
Yeah, I don't get this one 100%. How does this help Amazon and Apple and end of list? Unless the Trump boys have opened up a chain of bodegas, how does this help big corporations?
Are small businesses doing AI data centers now? Because unless they are, they do not need the money.
How far are we away from learning about the evils of small business and how they take away food out of the mouths of our giant corporation overlords?
It's they are trying hard for anything. There's another picture of Mamdani. and it's just him not smiling. He's like, look at this communist fascist over here all depressed about being in America. It's like, you guys literally just caught him not smiling. He's like, that's the best we have on him. I was like, your president literally made his own business into a bank. Like, I don't know what to tell you. This is the biggest grift. Like, but Mamdani doesn't smile. Like, you mother effers.
He keeps trying to put trash cans around.
Those trash cans made me gay. Like that. I don't think the trash cans did it, my guy.
Stop trying to make the city I don't live in more livable. I am very, very concerned. Like, shut up, Pittsburgh. Go back to whichever you were doing.
Like, what are you doing lowering grocery prices? Like, what's your number one concern about the midterms? Like, I can't afford figs. Like, cool.
Don't tell me how to think. Now watch me put this penny in the electrical socket.
I don't think, because that's libtarded. Like, you know what, man? In your head, I'm sure it makes sense.
Yeah, and go Stillers.
But one thing they have said is you're essentially nobody until Netanyahu hates you. And I think Zoran finally made it, because Benjamin Netanyahu's Likud party put up posters with Iran's Ayatollah Khomeini, New York City's Zoran Mamdani, Turkish President Erdogan, and Hezbollah chief Qasem. And in a text in Hebrew, it read, they want Netanyahu to lose. Don't let them win. And Jesus Christ, how, like, the other three are in the area, but they'll put a New York City mayor, not even, like, owner of a state. Like, he just runs a city. He's like, this guy hates Jews. Like, Jesus Christ, man, he's 8 hours away in a plane.
in a country you don't live in. Just shut up. Leave him alone.
Like, you built a couple tunnels down there. Now, I saw you guys all coming out of there, but still, like, you don't have a full-time president. Like, the F we don't.
Yeah, and the tunnels thing didn't even blow up under Mamdani. That was still under Adams. And he made sure after that accidentally happened to head over to your house, put his little tiny hat on, and kiss the wall.
As a mayor of New York City, I need to be in Tel Aviv. Like, why?
I'm telling you, and that's what gives me hope. That whole question about, well, if what would be the first thing you would do if you were invited to Israel, and everybody just bent over backwards to kiss that ring, and Mamdani was like, I would decline because I'm supposed to be running New York City.
There's a giant budget deficit, rats in the subway. What would you do? Like, I'd fly first class to Israel, obviously, to meet with Netanyahu. Who's like, the subway is flooding. Like, still in Israel.
Yeah, like here in our small town that we're recording from in Arizona, if somebody asked, like in a mayoral campaign, we were like, well, if you were invited to Israel, and you're like, who cares? We're even farther away than Mamdani stand. Fix stuff here.
Yeah, like, can we focus on that? But like, the whole fact that they put up the billboard of all these people on there, well, essentially, the president of Turkey into, well, Iran, who they hate, and the guy from Hezbollah, who they hate, and also Mamdani. Back in 2019, there were other pictures, and he was out there with Modi, the Prime Minister of India. He also hung out with a favorite bear rider, Vladimir Putin, and he had one with Trump as well, and it said, Netanyahu, another league. And the fact is, like, they changed from everything's good and, like, peachy keen, and now it's kind of like the Republican line, like, they're trying to kill us. Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Hey, you know what? When you can't brag about your successes, you immediately go into why you're a victim. It's they've been running the playbook forever.
Clearly, I'm so successful because I have so many haters. Like, we don't even know who you are. He's like, shut up, you're on the poster.
Poor Mamdani. He just wants to do a good job.
He's just, God bless that man. I hope he keeps doing it. But down locally, we're suspending joint training exercise with the South Koreans as Donald Trump went ahead and said it's time to scale it back. And he cited the fact that they are costly. And, well, there's three reasons. The first of them, he said they're costly, and which is hilarious because he's currently building, somehow projected, $900 million ballroom. Like, the fact that you're like, yeah, man, our training exercises are too expensive. Like, what's that in the background? $900 worth of gold spray painted tchotchkes. Like, exactly.
Yeah, well, you know what? Nobody ever gives him credit for also tackling this Korea issue while spending all your time screaming about how we need gilded statues redone.
Well, he did also his number two. It said it was a signal that is totally inappropriate and hostile to North Korea's leader Kim Jong Un, who, as long as Donald J. Trump has been president, again he talks in third person. How is this not a bigger thing? Donald J. Trump has been president, has been unthreatening and respectful. It's like the guy's literally sending people to Russia to wage war in order to improve his own military and testing new rockets. He's like, yeah, but he's cool.
Is there a chance North Korea has the Epstein files too?
It's just one giant signal like chat that Hegseth started. Like, oh, he's like, everyone's downloading his PDF. He's like, oh, I'm so screwed.
Yeah, we're like one accidental text away from him going on some giant months long thing about how we need to protect the good people of Tasmania from those monsters over in Australia.
The white genocide in South Africa, so we need all these people. Like, there's no genocide down there. Like, these people have been abusing the locals for years. It's like, yeah, but they're white. Like, there it is.
There we go. There we go. All right. Well, glad to see Republicans are still Republicans.
Yeah. The third reason had he listed is the fact that South Korea's president refused to join us in the denuclearization of the Islamic Republic of Iran. So I don't know how to tell you this, Donald. Even Israel is refusing to join you right now. As did you hear that Tel Aviv said that we can't land our planes there because it's holiday season?
I heard something about, I didn't hear the reasoning. I saw something quick pop up there, like Israel's refusing to let our planes land or something. I was like, oh.
They started to fight like, yeah, man, I'm going to go grab a beer real quick. He's like, oh, no, that guy's punching back. He's like, yeah, I said what I said. It's tourism season, homie. Like, you got this.
Yeah, keep it away from our table, though.
Yeah. Like, ew, blood.
Jesus.
So when Donald did mention the fact that it was too expensive, they did pull up. Well, the great thing about the internet is that it has receipts. And back in 2018, Donald also canceled an exercise with South Korea. And a Pentagon spokesperson came out and said that saved us $14 million. And again, for reference, I hate to keep beating this drum. We just approved a $1.15 trillion budget. Next year's budget is scaled for $1.5 trillion, but I'm guessing that's going to go up because this year's budget was supposed to be just $1 trillion. And the fact that $14 million is what he's claiming the reason that we're not doing these things anymore is laughable.
Yeah, this is focusing on pennies instead of the dollars, but hey, buddy, I'm sure he's got some kind of deal for a Trump Tower in middle of whatever, name a city in North Korea.
Like, my dude's out there, goes into the store, he's like, ooh, can't get the organic carrots. Then he goes outside and puts a brand new set of rims on his car. It's like, technically, it's kind of even. Like, how?
How are these people running countries?
But you guys do know I bankrupted casinos, like little money printing factories. I put a bunch of them under.
Yeah, and anybody who's ever been to Atlantic City knows there's nowhere else to go there. It's just casinos.
That's literally the only thing to do. Like, I'll give a credit. Like, Trump vodka was delicious. It was really smooth and everything else. I remember we bought it when we were out there a long time ago. But, like, how do you F up a casino?
Yeah, I don't know. He just finds a way to put that Pittsburgh spin on things and ruin everything.
Like, what's it called? Like, Old Vegas. They have old casinos down there that haven't been updated, probably have all kinds of roaches and everything else there. But the fact is, they are still rolling, and his brand new casinos are still sucked. Like, how?
One, when you talk about the Golden Nugget, you put some respect on that name. Old Vegas rules.
Correct? They're old casinos.
Yeah, and that's why Trump never got one in Vegas. He had to go to the Pittsburgh of the East Coast, which is Atlantic City.
So, listen, if our guy doesn't know about what's it called, casinos, he might know about the military. But have you heard about the whole thing at the USS Abraham Lincoln?
Oh, yeah. All those suckers and losers having a bad time out at sea.
Freaking nerds. Did you see the presser when they asked him about it?
No, I didn't get his retort.
He's like, sir, He's like, some of these people have been out there for 9 months. He's like, and I don't think that's long enough. I'm like, what the hell? He seemed like so pissed off. He's like, listen, man. He's like, I'm trying to get on this helicopter. I'm trying to go hit Bedminster, play some golf, win another trophy because I'm number one. And you guys are asking about some suckers and losers out there in the Middle East fighting a war that I started for Bibi Netanyahu. He's like, come on, speed it up. Let's go.
Yeah, I think he's now just really gotten to the point where he's like, nah, not even listen to anything fake news. I refuse to hear that I have no clothes on.
He unloaded on the chick from CNN, and CNN rightfully put up a statement. He's like, hey, man, you can't do that. He's like, and granted, he's just going to do it again. But
Oh,
yeah, he came out and said people on the Abraham Lincoln haven't been there long enough, but we are moving USS George Washington, which is the other carrier, to replace him. And it kind of might be it might knock out two birds, I guess, with one stone, because the George Washington was currently out there in the actual Pacific protecting South Korea and Taiwan regions. He's like, F you guys. He's like, so he pulled out that actual carrier, moved it in there. So they're actually going to finally replace the Abraham Lincoln. And Hegseth has come out and he said the conditions on the ship have been grossly misinterpreted. But stories from the ship said at least one guy jumped overboard. The food's garbage, no clean water, and there's one psychiatrist for this small town of about 2,000 people that are on aircraft carriers. It's nuts.
yeah. There's only so many nudie magazines you can go through before you take a big hop into the big drink there. But it's not just garbage food. It's dwindling amounts of said garbage food. It's all, and we don't know what's real and what's not on the internet, but it certainly looked like the text messages that they were screenshotting from these sailors did not look great, and they made sure to take pictures of how much food they were getting rationed out.
Well, there was I forgot if it was ABC or NBC, one of the fake news sources, obviously, but they came on there and they're talking to one of the sailors. He's like, yeah, man, I haven't stepped foot on land in 2026. This entire year, I've been on an effing ship. And obviously, when we post this thing up to YouTube, one of you Class A a-holes is going to post up and tell me that I'm a libtard and whatever else. But if you're going to do that, just remember, I was actually on a ship, and ship life sucks, and I only did it for, I don't know, I think our MEU was about 3-4 months. So if you're going to comment and call me names, just make sure you come swinging and bring an actual bat.
Have a little bit more than, I don't like what you're saying, so meh. Despite you being factually correct about all the things you've said with your own personal experiences, but libtard.
There was a while back, one of the YouTubers, I don't know if we went over this, but I think it was the article when we were talking about that Russia's currently dropping recruits with AK-47s back from the 40s. And he's like, look at these idiots thinking a machine gun makes all the difference. I'm like, all right, buddy. I was like, first of all, it's a freaking rifle. It's not a machine gun, you freaking idiot. And then I'm like, also, what is your experience? Needless to say, I really haven't heard back from that guy.
Something tells me, that guy's a big 2A guy, and he's quickly leaning into the other side he doesn't want.
Yeah, the 2A crowd is always fun. Anytime we put anything with rifles or guns on there, there's always just some simp coming out there with just stupid marching orders, which do not last a very long time. But I digress. Let's move on to bigger, better things, because at the end of the day, Trump has directed the Navy to return to steam catapults on aircraft carriers. And an executive order was signed last week to remove electromagnetic catapult systems on aircraft carriers to launch fighter planes and revert back to using steam. And what sounds more modern, steam or electromagnetic catapults?
From the good people bringing back coal, steam!
Are we bringing back the broadside cannons and we don't need Tomahawk missiles? We just found out we have a lot of cannonballs in reserve. You can't be doing we're also doing sales.
I've got Elon working on how to make a wooden wheel again, back when we were great and using wagons instead of vehicles. How is anybody not losing their mind over this?
God, we saw what he did to the White House. Why are we letting remodel our this isn't Property Brothers Military Edition. Like, stay in your stupid house, go golfing. Like, why are you looking at aircraft carriers? He's like, I think our budget is $17 trillion and we need to put more gold on these ships. Like, we're trying to make them hit. And he's like, shut up, Libtard, you're fake news. And like, I give up.
Yeah, Captain Golden Toilet, who bankrupted casinos, is now going to have a hand in designing our ships, which is already an outdated technology.
He's like, I just watched The Last Samurai, great movie, and we're starting a samurai corps. Like, oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, and you know what? We're bringing back mid-range ponytails on men.
I have commissioned Raytheon to build the most modern trebuchets. Like, what the hell?
Oh, God. Yeah, this makes no sense to me. Electromagnetics seems like it would work better, and everything I've seen from anybody military related was like, why are we doing this?
Counterpoint, billions and billions of dollars they spent on electric catapults, and they're not good. The Commander-in-Chief said last month during a defense summit in our favorite state, Pennsylvania. General Atomics at California, based firm that secured a $1.2 billion contract to build the EMALs and advanced arresting gear that's for catching the actual ships, the planes when they land. For USS Doris Miller said the decision not to proceed with EMALs on the ship warrants, and this is the most polite way to say it warrants careful reconsideration. And they said 50% of the production is currently done for the ship, so they're almost done with the whole thing. Well, 50% of it. And why are we going back to steam again?
This feels very much like that, like where we had 50% of the windmills like out to sea, and then he just shut it down in the middle of it. This feels very much the same way of like, well, you all already got paid. Contracts are contracts, but now we get nothing.
Listen, windmills is one thing, but windmills aren't national defense. Like, when he's screwing around with windmills and electric power, like, it sucks. He gets rid of the EV tax credit, says, like, we can make ginormous trucks again. But we need that water for data centers. Does he not understand that we can't go back to steam?
I think I just figured it out.
Kick it.
Okay. Do you remember, like a year or two ago, that insane interview he did where the weaving began, where he was like, imagine you're on a boat.
The sharks?
And the sharks, but you're going to get electrocuted. So do you go with the shark or do you go, is this becoming a thing? Is this why he doesn't want electromagnetic? He doesn't want the electro part of it?
Is that his Roman Empire?
It might be. I mean, nothing else makes sense. I haven't seen anything online showing where Eric and Don own some steam company yet. Can't wait till Thursday's episode to go back and change what I'm saying now, but
just came out.
Yeah. Turns out their golf course / drone company is also in the steam.
/ steam engines. Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
/ asbestos miners. Like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. But retired Admiral Mark Montgomery called the reverting of steam catapults illogical, inefficient, and a waste of money. And this is the same guy who used to command the largest carrier strike group, CSG-5, and it had the USS George Washington. So I'll give him a little bit of credence to his thoughts over the actual, like, the idea of a failed developer. Like, this is a retired rear admiral. This guy has done things, and he's like, this is idiotic. He's like, I bankrupted casinos. This is ingenious. Like, it's not the same thing.
Paint the boat gold.
What's it, one Simpsons episode? It's like, hop in, Smithers, we're going to the Spruce Goose. He's like, yeah, but sir, it's like, I said hop in.
Yeah, pulls a gun on him. He's like, I said get in.
This is how his presidency's going to end, isn't it?
Lord willing. Allegedly.
Yeah. So speaking of monetary things, let's go back to the cash. Electric catapults require less maintenance, less people to operate them, and, you know, we actually know what we're doing in the electromagnetic ones. They also save about $100 million a year over steam on the USS Ford, where they're using the electric ones. Seeing as how the steam catapults are no longer made, and the last one was bought 20 years ago. Like, again, the Trump kids have a steam, like, catapult thing, right?
It's got to be coming Thursday. I don't know, going back to outdated technology. This is coal all over again. Clean, beautiful coal.
And a special F you to anybody listening who did vote for Trump the last time around. Again, I told you, you get the mulligan for the first one. I get it. But if you voted for him like last go around and now you're like, oh my God, I didn't think he was going to do the things he promised to do on a campaign trail. Like, I can't help you, man. You're the reason we're in this mess.
Yeah. You are what's ruined America and the residents of Pittsburgh. Continue.
So, a new attorney general has come out and said that the president will never ask me to do something unethical or illegal. He never has, he never will, which is hilarious, seeing as how Pam Bondi was asked to do certain things like that. And this appointment of Blanche to the current position is going to be one of the worst moves on the planet, because they should be separated, and he refused to be like, the DOJ is going to operate separately of the president, and this is bad.
Yeah, I was like, again, there is such a clear conflict of interest.
Yes.
I listened to this former lawyer giving this interview, and she was like, I, working for the government, was taken off of a case because myself and one of the people, in court with us were in a public bathroom at the courthouse at the same time, and they didn't want any kind of conflict of interest to even pop up. Meanwhile, Todd Blanche over here is like, he's never asked me to do anything illegal while I do nothing but illegal things.
The fact that his defense is like, he's never asked me to do it, he never has, never will, like, cool, then it should be very simple. It's like, will you ever do this, and will you be independent of him? He's like, I can't answer that question. And
sure, I can. I've got a pre-written pardon just waiting for me.
They all do. Like, Trump has come out and said he will issue them out, and that's why all these people move through impunity. But a pardon doesn't save you from that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and it also doesn't save you from state charges. And I'm assuming President Newsom will go that route in 2028. But I'll just sit here and hope.
Bring back the purge, baby. That's the only way we make this country heal.
Pinata economics and a little bit of fire and gas, and it's like hand-to-hand violence.
You get a MAGA hat, we're gonna hunt you like the pigs. But allegedly. The whole thing is, if you look back at Trump, and back in 2016, when it was still Obama, well, it was actually still Bill Clinton out there, and he was meeting with the then Attorney General Loretta Lynch on the actual tarmac. He's like, this is insane. The fact that they're talking to each other is too much. Like, this should be such a division. He's like, now I'm going to put my ex-attorney into the same position, and we're going to talk daily.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Well, no, rules are for pores like you all. And eventually, because I've been sucking on this ring so hard for the past decade, they'll get me at the end. It's like religion. I'll buy into your stuff and you can have all my money, but in the end, there's this reward, right?
We'll survive the next 2 years, but who knows?
All right. Well, this was all kind of terrible news. So here's some better news. The Tate brothers are currently being held in a federal jail in Miami, thank God, waiting on extradition to the UK for rape, assault, trafficking, and pretty much anything else the dark side of your brain can come up with. But fear not, because the worst people on earth rarely travel alone. A couple dozen red pillars showed up this weekend in front of the Miami jail where the Tate brothers are being held to show support and protest, I guess. Now, these protesters aren't like the proud patriots that stormed that Capitol with plenty of vigor and smeared their S all over the walls. But they're protesters. These ones are a little more unique. A couple dozen of the saddest men on earth gathered to do protest push-ups in the parking lot while chanting "Free Top G." In case you ladies were wondering why you didn't feel that need to cover your drinks over the weekend, the protest went viral, and thank your chosen deity, because the undisputed, undefeated internet sunk their teeth into these dum-dums and destroyed the losers with bangers like, wait, we extended Pride through August? Or, oh my God, yes! Just queens. We love when you support your partners. My personal favorite, Republican grinder meetups keep getting weirder and weirder. Who knew the word cuck had a basement, am I right?
So what is the reference to free top G? What is that?
Top G is what losers really into abs refer to as our boy Tate over here. They call Andrew Tate Top G.
Is there any more beta move than be like, I love this band? Like, I think I asked you about this one, but I don't think I got a real response. Like, what is a more cuck friendly thing to do? Is it doing push ups outside the prison where a rapist is held? Or is it to hold a flag that says "Born to Ride Donald Trump"?
See, that's
Like
a
on
hard.
that flag, in very small letters, it says "For Donald Trump," but it says "Born to Ride" big bold letters, Donald Trump at the bottom, and like,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
those were biker vests. Those were cuts, as we've
Oh no, no,
learned
no,
on
there's a
Sons
flag.
of Anarchy that I saw. Oh, well, they made flags too then. But yeah, I remember seeing that one originally in the 2016 era of those bikers. So here's my difference between the two. They're both brutally cucked. Like their minds are gone. That's mashed potatoes up there.
Uh-huh.
But the Tate brothers ones have this other side where they're like, we have to work out so we feel like strong alphas. Whereas the normal Trump supporters are kind of fat losers. Like one's just a smaller loser, but at the end, they all equal out to the same sort of worthlessness.
Like, I get it. You're like a bunch of dudes on Harleys. You're big bad boys. You're like you just got done beating your wife. Like now you feel really strong, and you're like, yeah, man, let's get these new leather jackets. And the guy comes out with them. You're like, yeah, I get it says "For Donald Trump," but can we make that font slightly bigger, guys? Like when you're going down the highway at 80, like I don't think they'll see the "for" part. Like, no, man, like this is how we're like. How do you not bring it up to the creative department and be like, we need a redesign? Like, don't these guys get a proof before they set it to production?
Yeah, so I think that has more to do with less of them being losers and more of their marketing issue. Like essentially like Christians never have any shirts that are like "Born to Bang Christ." It's just a little bit more of an attention to detail. And who would have known the most rugged looking bikers in the world weren't a big attention to detail people?
More into it, but I think we ran this bad boy about 50 some minutes. And one thing I alluded to, but it should have been a much bigger story, is the fact that the Trump family now has a bank. That is a huge effing deal, and I'm sure there'll be other things that break from now until Thursday or whatever we record. But I'm going to try to dig more into this because having him have a bank, and who was it that gave up a peanut farm?
That was Jimmy Carter.
Yes, this is complete night and day. This should be something we talk about, and I'll try to do my diligence and send that out on Thursday.
Well, I'm not really concerned because if you're bankrupting a casino, I'm gonna love the story about how you bankrupted a bank. Um, but we'll try that one a little bit more on Thursday.
Do you think that if it's FDIC approved, he just puts a bunch of accounts in there for $250,000, takes it himself, and then gets reimbursed for $250,000 an account?
Well, I mean that's assuming our money's worth anything in a after November. So who knows? This could all be for nothing.
That's maybe one way to get the new Trump dollar circulating. But see everybody later in the week. I'm Alex Midway.
And I'm Eric Halsey.
Daddy, chill.
Later, Gators.